So if we can just get you guys to get into groups of 2, so just pair up, and then we'll need you guys to sit back to back to each other. So then one of you guys needs to decide to be the picture interpreter, and then one needs to be the drawer.
Which one's drawing? Don't show her.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's gonna draw.
Wait, can we get a new one?
Okay, so you have to tell her.
Can we get a new one? Cause I look at it.
That's okay.
Okay.
Can we just draw on drawings? Who's drawing?
Quickly forget.
No, it's for you. No, it's
Quickly
fine.
forget. It was an apple.
Okay, so then what we're going to need you to do is the picture interpreter is going to have to explain the picture without saying exactly what it is, and then the drawer is just going to have to listen and be able to draw what the picture interpreter is saying. So go ahead.
Okay. So you're gonna start off with a circle in the middle of the page, and you're gonna put 2 eyes and a smiley face. So 2 eyes and then a smile.
Dots?
2 dots and a smile. Around the circle, you're going to do bumps all the way around. So you're gonna about half an inch away from the circle. You're gonna do like bumps all the way around the circle, like a lace edging, sort of.
Almost like you put in your hair.
Big bumps, probably like an inch.
Explain this
Like
part.
they're both about the
Inch
same height.
width all the way around the circle.
As like
I thought that one was going to be
for
hard.
everyday life
Okay.
and stuff.
All right, then so on the bottom of your picture, you're gonna draw
Did you
a.
guys finish?
You're gonna draw a rectangle that connects.
Here you
So the small part will start with the width where the bump edging is, and then it'll go down long,
Yeah.
and then it'll end.
Bigger circle, and then it gets like.
That was very detailed.
And then on either side of this
other
long
one's like-
rectangle, you're going to draw.
It's like funky at the end.
Diamond ovals.
Yeah, that's good. Diamond ovals.
Is there anything in the diamond ovals?
No, it's just the very basic outline.
I couldn't tell if it was a ghost or an octopus.
I don't know. I can't look at it. I think we're done. Can I look?
Can we look when we're done? Yeah.
Hey!
Okay, that's like somewhat
Yeah.
decent.
Then it gets wider and pokier.
Cute. I mean, I think the rectangle is that.
Why did poke it?
No, that was my
It definitely
rectangle.
gets stabbed.
That's actually really funny. Cute.
It worked out though.
Yeah, it did.
There's definitely 3. Yeah.
My
Sideways. Maybe.
Oh, it worked out.
Turn it upside down, you could definitely use it for your hair.
Johnny.
Pretty good. What?
Let me see your drawing, Lee.
You did pretty good. See how it looks like a afro pickle. I'm worried about
So the reason we did that is because interpersonal people would like to do that activity because they are able to communicate with the others.
Alright, so at the end of this, you guys will want to be able to identify students who are more interpersonal learners and identify how to meet the needs of the students. Basically, we're just going to go through the slideshow, make sure you take notes on it, and then we're going to do a parent share activity at the end.
Okay, so for interpersonal people, they're the ones who you usually see that they like to be in a group, so they're naturally good with others. They understand people and their differences. They are able to relate to others, and then they see other people's point of view, so if you guys are talking, you're able to see it in your point of view, not just their perspective. They sense feelings, which also kind of ties into verbal and nonverbal. So they're the ones who are able to see your facial expression, so if they ask if you're okay and you say yes, but they can tell you're not okay, they're going to be able to understand that you're not.
Okay, so interpersonal learners, they love leading activities, they love organizing things, they're great with like relating to people one-on-one, and then they love parties, so basically just being like surrounded by people. They need friends. Group games are really helpful in the classroom. Social gatherings, community events, clubs, and mentors. So basically just that talking to people.
So for the curriculum development, a good thing to have is clubs, so not just like even the sports, because most sports you have to be able to communicate on and off the field to be able to do well, but also clubs like maybe the debate club or a theater club, just so they can get out there and be able to communicate what they're feeling. Like Kylie said, board games, and then group brainstorming sessions, so like as one big group they like to hear what others have to say and then also what they're thinking about. And then also Kylie said parties or social gatherings, so they just like to be in that environment where other people are around them.
Okay, so classroom management for interpersonal learners, small groups, and they know like a classroom role. So it's basically just important for them to be able to talk to others, but also you want to make sure you have like a line so that they don't cross. Peer group counseling can help, budding up with a role model, and then social outlets for energy, so like if they have to lead like a group or an activity.
So for some teaching strategies, you could have peer sharing. So maybe even if they have independent work, maybe after the independent work, have them pair up with somebody just to see if their answers are the same. The people sculptures, cooperative groups, so having groups of people, having each of them have like their own little thing that they have to do that like creates that big project. And then simulations, so giving a group of people a real life situation that they might have to go through and then having them talk over what they would do in that situation.
Okay, so for assessments, more than just like the pen and paper, typical assessments, you want to give them an example or an opportunity to relate the topic to their own life. Class simulation can help with that. Being able to like demonstrate what they're learning with classmates. Discussions and debates are good, and sharing with a friend, allowing them to basically talk through their learning.
So for the classroom environment, you want them to feel like they can trust you and that they belong in the environment, because that's where they would feel most comfortable being the social person that they want to be. And having the students be able to have their own procedures, so if there's a conflict in the classroom, being able to work that out between themselves instead of always having a higher authority having to get involved. Opportunities to interact, so like the group sharings, the cooperative groups, everything like that. We'll go into that. Having a round table really helps because that allows them to face the people that they're talking to and really see what they're feeling. Pair desks, so always having a partner right next to them just in case they need them. And then social areas, so like the reading rug or anything like that will help them be able to interact with the people around them.
All right, so we have another activity, but this time I want you guys to pair up with someone different. And so we're gonna give you this sheet of questions, and you have 5 minutes to like talk it over with each other, and then you're each gonna come up here and share with the class the 3 most interesting ones. Here you go. Yep.
There we go.
Sorry.
that can show a lot about a person. Like, I don't know, I feel like it can be a big thing or a little thing. That's what I'm doing.
Good choice.
Wait, oh, I'm writing for you? Oh, makes sense. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Like, I wanna write for you. Yeah, what's you do over there? Come on.
Okay. You guys have any questions?
Not yet. Oh, it's just because I got some things wrong.
Smart.
How about this? What are you most afraid
The bottom two.
How's it going? Good. Okay.
Thanks for checking in.
Yep. I didn't start a timer.
It's been like a minute.
You guys have to actually answer the question in
Oh.
an interview.
Yeah, because you have to come up and share.
This is good. Should have chosen easier ones. Okay. So deep. Most defining moment in life. Or one of these. Okay. Moment in life.
What was your team?
Okay.
Probably.
I want like a nice.
I'll come back to that one. What are you most afraid of?
That's your thing, living the best life. Yeah, I kind of want that on my team, so but without his girlfriend. I'll put that living the best life. That's why. Live the best life.
You guys have like another minute or so.
I guess I'd be dead. Wait, we got some.
Pick about like
Do you want the water?
Yeah,
Come on,
three.
go.
Yep.
Vacation. I would.
Just so y'all know, you have like a minute or so.
Finding moments. Going well. Yeah. I would buy Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, do you guys have the 3 questions answered?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then, because we're gonna be interpersonal people today, we're gonna have you guys come up and share your answers. So if this group wants to start, you guys can come up and share your answers.
But we just.
I believe in you guys.
Make sure you say what question you're answering to.
We didn't know that we had to answer these, so we're about to go all the way deep on you guys. Alright, so we did, what was one of the most defining moments in life? What are we most afraid of? And if we could witness any event in the past, present, or future. And my most defining moment was being accepted into WLC. Being the first person in my family to go to a 4-year college.
And for me, a defining moment in my life was probably being in the moment that I spent in a refugee camp in Greece.
What am I most afraid of? I guess being helpless would be my biggest fear.
And mine would be like isolation and aloneness.
And if I could witness any event in the past, present, or future, I would witness Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech.
And I would love to hear one of Jesus' sermons when he was on the earth, so the Sermon on the Mount or the Beatitudes.
Good job.
Thanks, guys. All right, Davina, does your group want to come on?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, so you want me to do that one or which other ones? Oh. Okay.
I think it was two first.
Okay. So I had Jake, and first question was if he could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? His answer was Greece because it's cool and he really wants an authentic hero. Second one is what was one of your most defining moments in life? And he said being the quarterback as a freshman in high school, it forced him to grow up. And then what is he most afraid of? Dragonflies.
Alright, so I had Davina, and if she could travel anywhere, she would go to Mexico because that's where her family is from. On her tombstone, she would want it to say she's both hellfire and holy water, and she's most afraid of deep water.
Cute. Thanks, guys. All right, last group.
I had Laura, and the first one, if you could travel anywhere and why, she chose Hawaii because Jurassic Park was filmed there. If you won the next one, if you won the lottery, what would you do? She said she'd go on vacation with her family. And if you were president, what was the first thing you'd do? She said go to Area 51 and see if aliens are real or not.
Alright, so for Johnny, it's if you could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? He said Texas because you get to wear the boots and the hats. If he won the lottery, he would buy the Milwaukee Bucks. And then if he was president, he would find the hidden tunnels where JFK hid Marilyn Monroe.
All right, thanks, guys.
Alright, so you guys all know who Dory is from Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. So we're just going to watch a little YouTube clip about when she had her own little interpersonal moment.
There.
No, he's gone.
It's all right.
He's gone.
It'll be okay.
No, they took him away. I have to find the book.
Yes, the little Sheila down the front. Come on up here.
Hi, I'm Dory.
Hi, Dory.
And well, I don't think I've ever eaten a fish.
Hi, that's incredible.
Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim. Hey, what's the matter?
What's the matter? While they're doing their silly little impressions, I am miles from home with a fish that can't even remember her own name.
Boy, that's frustrating.
Yeah, well, my son is out there.
Your son Chico?
Nemo.
Right, got it.
But it doesn't matter. There's no fish in this entire ocean is gonna help me.
Well, I'm helping you.
Find your exit buddy. Do you have your exit buddy?
Yes!
Okay, Squirt here will.
Dory. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you sure you speak well?
Can you? Have you seen an orange fish swim by? And it looks just like him, but bigger.
Yeah, I saw him, Bluey, but I'm not telling you where he went, and there's no way you're gonna make me.
Mine.
All right, I'm on! He went to the fishing ground!
All right, that's it. That's all I have.